Africa is the least electrified region globally. According to an energy progress report by the World Bank, out of the 733 million people globally who do not have electricity access, 568 million people are in Africa.
And in Sub-Saharan Africa, more than half of the population remain in the dark.
The report also showed that Sub-Saharan Africa's share of the access deficits rose between 2018 and 2020, unlike most other regions that saw declines in their respective numbers. Electricity outages are also not uncommon and range from dozens to thousands of hours annually. These result in the loss of billions of dollars in revenue and cause a host of other socio-economic losses and cripple the development agendas of countries.
It was very tough at the beginning, with power cuts every day and often several times a day. Outages affected our lives. It had caused damage to electric equipment in the house and the food. It affected the children and old people.
To address this problem, several African countries have partnered with China.
The Chinese companies started being good at what they do. These companies gained an upper hand in terms of competition with other energy companies from other parts of the world.
Some of the hydroelectric dam projects include the Karuma Hydroelectric Power Station in Uganda, the Gibe 3 hydropower project in Ethiopia, the Bui Dam hydroelectric project in Ghana, the Kaleta hydropower station in Guinea, and the Meroe Dam project in Sudan.
Un développement du point de vue des autochtones. Ça a donné le travail parce que si on va faire les statistiques de gens qui travaillent dans ces projets, au moins nous nageons dans des...
One of the standout projects is the Gibe 3 hydropower project. Located along the Omo River, south of the Ethiopian capital Addis Ababa, the project was launched in July 2006 and fully commissioned in December 2016. The Gibe 3 project was designed to meet Ethiopia's domestic demand, increase exports of electricity, and make the sector a major foreign currency earner for the country.
To accelerate electric power supply, to address the problem of demand-supply gap, and to send power to other nations for regional growth. The power we get from Gibe 3, apart from facilitating our economic and social growth, is a great leap forward to benefit our wider population.
The project, one of the tallest compacted concrete dams in the world, was mainly funded by China's Exim Bank and is one of the biggest hydroelectric projects undertaken in Ethiopia at the time.
So it has a very significant impact on in the sector generally, because as you know, the demand for electricity is now tremendous. It's increasing in a very significant rate. Per year, more than 30% demand grows.
Its direct benefit is the generation of 1,870 megawatts of electrical power and 6,400 gigawatt hours of firm energy annually, powering a nation that is home to more than 100 million people and one of Africa's fastest growing economies.
It's a significant investment that brings almost double of the currently available energy for the country, coming out of a very clean source, which is hydropower. And it moves the entire economy by having sufficient energy that could be distributed efficiently to supply manufacturing, industry, agro-processing issues.
During the 2020-2021 fiscal year, Ethiopia earned an estimated $90.53 million by exporting energy to neighboring Djibouti and Sudan. Ethiopia does not intend to stop there. It plans to exponentially increase its power generation capacity using its vast energy resources.
Apart from addressing our national development agenda, we are working towards becoming East Africa's renewable energy hub. This gets our nation a lot of foreign currency and will also create a robust relationship with our neighbors and the region as a whole. It also creates confidence amongst ourselves.
Clean energy is very important right now. The advent of climate change has forced a global shift towards sustainable economic development, And Africa, like the rest of the world, has had to work on adopting cleaner and more sustainable forms of energy. A transition to renewable forms of energy is underway across the continent, greatly enabled by China's assistance.
We need to do it in a phased fashion, avoid the big bang approach that is demanded by the developed countries. And therefore, I think China shares Africa's anxiety around this matter, and the opportunities do indeed exist.
Kenya is one country emphasizing the development of its renewable energy sector. It hopes to achieve a full transition to clean energy by 2030, with renewable energy accounting for about 73% of the country's installed power generation capacity.
We in Kenya reaffirm our commitment and resolve to work with others to accelerate climate solutions, keep to 1.5 degrees, and to ensure solutions are accessible and indeed affordable for all.
In 2015, China signed an agreement to help Kenya set up a solar plant in Garissa County in the country's northeast. The 54.6 megawatt solar plant is the largest grid-connected solar power plant in East and Central Africa. The plant, which was commissioned in 2019, is one of several initiatives aimed at cutting Kenya's reliance on expensive thermal power.
Now we can have investments of industries within here. There has been employment due to the low cost of electricity now, and the businesses have come up, several of them, and there has been employment that has been created as a result of the projects.
It's not just Kenya. China has implemented and accelerated hundreds of clean energy projects across sub-Saharan Africa. Botswana is embarking on solar energy projects to transition from an over-reliance on coal to generate electricity. In the Central African Republic, the Sakai photovoltaic power plant has developed the local society and economy of the capital Bangui while improving access to electricity. With China's continued cooperation, Africa remains on the right path to achieve sustainable energy independence and increase its population's access to electricity.
We need to take advantage of sending our students to China to learn in these fields, but at the same time, make sure that we take advantage as we grow our economies. Regional integration, the free trade agreement we're signing, ensure that energy is at the heart of all these things. And therefore, I think more will be done.